Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. Charlo claps back at former promoter Oscar De La Hoya for his recent outing of premier boxing champs fighters. Stay tuned. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Jermell Charlo, he just had his fight announced, him and his brother. They flipped a coin for the main event. Jermell Charlo is up for the main event, and he's fighting Willie Monroe Jr. Jermell is defending his WBC strap against the once touted Tony Harrison from the Kronk Gym, Detroit, who's a good fighter. I think it's a solid card, keeps the fighters active, keeps them in, the rankings and everything, and it's gonna be on Fox. And you know what the funny thing is? Charlos, they're talking the talk, walking the walk. They're about to fight on Fox, which is available on most basic cable packages, yet and still you have people like Oscar De La Hoya and fans acting as if they're charging you $110 for pay-per-view and ultimately hating on the Charlos. Stop it. New media. Anyway, Charlo, he claps back at De La Hoya. Catch my last video. De La Hoya basically said the day, I think it might have been the day the fight was announced, he says, "I'm sick and tired of the PBC fighters cherry picking," which is ironic because, as I said in that video, how are you going to say that PBC fighters are cherry picking, but Canelo is leaving the division where one of the Charlos is at, who's looking like a beast, Jermell Charlo, and it's supposed to be his mandatory, Jermall Charlo, and instead of fighting him, you're fighting Rocky Fielding, who's already been stopped. Mel has never been stopped, Jermall has never been stopped, but Rocky Fielding has, and he got stopped in one round, and that's the person that they're fighting. Not to mention some of the other Josecito Lopez moving up in weight, and a bunch of other guys that didn't really have much of a chance. And that's just Golden Boy's cash cow with Canelo. Canelo versus Amir Khan. Really, is that fight? If Jermell Charlo fought Amir Khan and moved him up from 147, let's say the Canelo fight never happened, he would be crucified. But anyway, Mel responded to De La Hoya, and he said this: "You never really wanted to put a Charlo in with your cash cow. Instead, you guys fought James Kirkland in Houston." So he's basically saying, we from Texas, and you didn't give us the fight. And this was a direct response to De La Hoya, and this is what De La Hoya said. He said, "I'm freaking tired of these so-called PBC fighters cherry picking all the time and not thinking of their legacy rather than thinking of a quick buck." And he's saying, why didn't you put Canelo in there with us? Which is a very valid question. You didn't put either Charlo, and this is back in the day when Golden Boy and Heyman were under the same umbrella, when they were all on HBO, one big happy family, right? He also says, "Ask Gabe Rosado. Y'all told us in 2015, whoever wins faces redhead and nothing. But we the cherry pickers." And this is what I'm saying. A lot of people, they try to pander to the casual fans that don't know shit about boxing and create these narratives. But with new media around, none of that shit is going to work. We shutting everything down, and Lions Only have a point. How come Canelo was in the same division, or Canelo weight? He was at 154 or Canelo weight at 155 in a division with two twins, Jermell and Jermall Charlo at the time. He didn't face either. He was in the division with Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, who is still undefeated and who has since moved up to middleweight, and he did not fight them. Mel Charlo fought Gabe Rosado. Jermall Charlo fought K9 Bundridge, when he was a champion and Charlo was a challenger. Jermall Charlo fought his mandatory Julian J. Rock Williams. Canelo didn't fight nobody like that, like a Julian J. Rock Williams, so like a slick, undefeated, confident, Philly, tough bred fighter. You know what I'm saying? He didn't fight either Charlos, and they've been calling him out. So it's like people always want to you know, talk about what's in your front yard, but they don't want to look in their front yard or their backyard. And, you know, it's very hypocritical for De La Hoya to call anybody a cherry picker. Because, and the funny thing is, De La Hoya, when he fought, wasn't a cherry picker. De La Hoya has an awesome resume. You know, gold medal in the Olympics, turned pro, got it cracking. You know, he got it bracking all the way. So De La Hoya has a good resume. But as a promoter, you can't tell me that he put Canelo in the very best fight. Because even the Golovkin fight, people wanted to see that fight in 2016. And Canelo vacated his belt at that particular time. And we had to wait until later. And the pressure grew and grew. And people like were putting chickens and all types of shit on Canelo's Facebook and Instagram and all that, cherries and all this stuff, before the fight was made. And then now you're saying that PBC fighters are, it just sounds like envy, you know. Now you're saying PBC fighters are ducking, and then Charlo's clapping back, and he's saying, why didn't you put one of the Charlos in there with Canelo then? Which would have been a great fight, still is. You know, they're both undefeated. Canelo's not undefeated. So let's see, you know. So that's the clapback from Charlo. Let me know what you guys think. I think Canelo versus either Charlo would be a great fight. You know, I mean, this is the fake shit about boxing is, if you have anything bad to say about Jermell or Jermall Charlo facing Canelo, but you were good with Liam Smith, you were good with Amir Khan, a welterweight moving up to 155 with no rehydration clauses, then I don't respect your opinion, because that's egregious. That don't even make sense. You're okay with Khan, who been knocked out by Bradis Prescott and Danny Garcia in the 135, 140 range, right? And most people, and he got hurt by Chris Algieri, but you're anti Canelo versus Jermell and Jermall Charlo. You know, athletic, strong, good jab, spar with Edeslandi Lara, you know, have different training, you know, trained with good trainers, Derek James and Ronnie Shields and shit, you know, have some amateur pedigree, definitely confident. You can't say, oh, Charlos, they don't deserve it, or they're not the A side. Okay, so Liam Smith was the A side. Why'd he get the fight? You know, James Kirkland off almost a 2-year layoff, you know, and most people felt he was mismanaged with SMS Promotions and 50 Cent and wasn't active enough, just like Gamboa. Stop it, you know. So the Charlos bring up a very good point, and I see De La Hoya in the comment sections hasn't responded. Why don't you make Jermall Charlo, who's currently in Canelo's primary division, why don't you make that fight? Why is he fighting Rocky Fielding? Listen, I don't have a major problem with Rocky Fielding because he fought Triple G twice, but if the promoter's gonna come out and you know, come out swinging, then that looks a little bit hypocritical, you know, that you're gonna call anybody a cherry picker when you have this cash cow money man in Canelo making more money than everybody, yet the fight that the fans are getting is definitely not worth 36.5 million, you know, to fight Rocky Fielding. You know, if that fight was on pay-per-view, there's no way Canelo would be generating, you know, 25, 30 plus $1 million off of that, because it's not a heavily desired fight. So I think De La Hoya should probably focus on, you know, managing Canelo and stuff like that, because it's not a good look. Makes you look salty. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next videos, Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.